regular session of the 18th Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Davao Oriental is now called to order. Requesting everyone to please stand for the opening prayer to be led by Honorable Don Go Montojo, followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem and the provincial hymn.
Let us all bow down our heads in prayer. Almighty God, we thank you for gathering us today. Guide us with your wisdom as we carry out our duties in this session. Help us make decisions with integrity, fairness, and a sincere desire to serve the common good. Grant us unity and understanding in all our discussions. Bless our province and the Oriental Davaoenos we serve. We offer this prayer in your holy name. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, helas ng sinakanan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nagagang tutok sa simoy at sa langit mong pagaw, ay hinatang tulad, awit sa pagkayang minamahal, ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iimig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pang ay di magtitingin. Luman ang araw ng walhaging pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling ko. Ang inigaya na pagkay mga aking, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo. O probinsya na minamahal, sansubangan ng Davao, manwakaw na madayaw, yan aguyon yang udaw, malipayon kay palanggakaw ng Diyos. Matabayang kalupaan mo, yang tanong mabungahon, dagat mo mga suba, madai kayang isda, kabuhian kawilihan ng tanan. O mahal na Davao Oriental, langit mo mapaway, yang kabutayan, yang kapatagan, mayaman ay magandahay. Mas tihain pa kami kumanto, kami mo uli anikan mo. Garbo namin na Davaoenyo, yang pagservis ang kadyawan mo.
Pleasant afternoon to the members of this august body. Good afternoon also to our SP Support Services Office, headed by our SP Secretary, Mr. Maximino Nazareno II. And here today, as Acting Secretary in today's regular session, we have the Assistant Department Head of the SP Support Services Office. We have Ma'am Evangeline Plaza. And to everyone, to our friends from media, and to everyone inside this session hall, once again, good afternoon. You may now, Madam Secretary, you may now proceed for the roll call for the determination of the quorum.
The honorable members of this august chamber are requested to say aye as I call the roll. Honorable Maria Glenda Monetra Batgaita,
Aye.
Honorable Beverly M. Dayanan, via Zoom. Honorable Harold A.
Aye.
Montes, Honorable Manuel M. Lipardo Jr., Honorable Ana Cheryl N. Castro, via Zoom. Honorable Elijah E. Palmahil,
Aye.
Honorable Daud V. Linsag, is on a wellness leave. Honorable Stephen Paul L. Uy, Honorable Maria Lady Hope J. Macaira,
Aye.
Honorable John Erwin G. Montojo,
Aye.
Honorable Ruchi M. Ravelo is on a wellness leave. Honorable Jerome C. Dayanghirang,
Aye.
Honorable Joson Michael G. Dayanghirang, Honorable Eleuterio C. Manaytay, via Zoom, Honorable Shanin Silin Tugunan, Honorable Presiding Officer, there are 12 members of this August Chamber present, including the Honorable Chair. Physically present, 5, and via Zoom, 7.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Considering that we have mustered a quorum for today's regular session, we can now proceed to the items in the order of business. What is the next item, Madam Secretary?
Next item in the order of business is reading and consideration of the minutes, Journal of Proceedings of the 18th Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Davao Oriental, taken during the 41st regular session held on April 15, 2026, and 42nd regular session held on April 22, 2026, at the SP Session Hall Government Center, Dahican City of Mati, Davao Oriental.
Okay, I believe all members were furnished copies of the said minutes and journal of proceedings. What is now the pleasure of the body? Honorable Lepardo is recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. May hapon sa atong tanan. Honorable Presiding Officer, before I move for the adoption of our minutes as well as the journal of the 41st and the 42nd regular session, may I know if there are amendments or correction to the said minutes as well as the journal? If there is none, Honorable Presiding Officer, as none had raised any concern, then I would be moving for the adoption of the minutes as well as the journal by way of an omnibus motion of the 41st and the 42nd regular session. I do so move.
Okay, there was a passage of an omnibus motion for the adoption of the minutes and the journal of proceedings of the 41st regular session on April 15, 2026, and the 42nd regular session on April 22, 2026, on motion of Honorable Lepardo, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Next item.
Next item is privilege hour.
We are now under privilege hour. Yes, Honorable Uy is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer, and good afternoon to one and all. Madam Presiding Officer, as prescribed in our internal rules of procedure under Rule 19, which is the decorum and debate, under Section 1 is the dress code or the attire during our regular session, Madam Presiding Officer. This representation, Madam Presiding Officer, with the indulgence of the Chairman of the Committee on Rules, the Honorable Lepardo, would like to seek the permission of this august body that this representation be exempted or shall we subject our internal rules to suspension pertaining to the said rule, Madam Presiding Officer, as to I am not in the proper dress code in today's regular session.
So there was a motion for the suspension of the House rules.
If it's amenable to the Chairman of the Committee on Rules, Madam Presiding
So
Officer.
if there is no objection from the members, there was a motion for the suspension of the House rules in relation to the dress code or the attire for the regular session, for today's regular session, on motion of Honorable Uy, seconded by Honorable Lepardo, Honorable
Montojo.
Jerome Dayanghirang, Honorable Montojo. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we are still under privilege R. Do we have other members who would like to avail of the privilege R? None. Are there any additional communications for today, for inclusion in today's regular session? Yes, Honorable Lepardo is recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. There is an additional communication that I wish to include in our calendar, in the order of business, Honorable Presiding Officer, already numbered as communication number 18-401-2026 from the Sangguniang Bayan of the Municipality of Caraga. With that, Honorable Presiding Officer, I wish that the same be treated as a motion for inclusion in our order of business.
Communications, number 18-401-2026, and we have two communications. 18-402-2026. Honorable Lepardo, you're again recognized.
Yes, Honorable Presiding Officer. Please also do include in that motion communication 18-402 series of 2026 from Barangay Kampawan of the municipality of Baganga. Thank you.
Okay. There is a motion for the amendment to our order of business today for the inclusion of two additional communications, communication 18-401 and 402, both series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Lepardo, seconded by Honorable Uy, Honorable Joson Dayanghirang, Honorable Jerome Dayanghirang. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Madam Secretary, please take note. We are still under privileged hour. Do we have other members who would like to render their observations and other manifestations? If none, we can now proceed. Yes, Honorable Manaytay, you are recognized.
Again, ma'am, again. Again, Mr. Presiding Officer.
You may proceed, Honorable Manaytay.
Yes.
We are still under privileged hour. Do you have other reports, other observations? Would you like to manifest something?
None, Mr. Presiding, ma'am.
None?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So we can now proceed to the next item. Okay. Okay. If there's no objection, the chair would like to declare just a few minutes recess. No objections were noted. Few minutes recess is declared. Honorable Lepardo is again recognized.
My apologies, Honorable Presiding Officer. I was of the understanding that these committee reports of the Committee on Finance was already part of the order of business as of yesterday, because I've already seen them in our calendar. At any rate, considering that the same is not yet part of our order of business, then I would also be moving for the amendment of our order of business to include committee reports number 18-255, 18-256, as well as 18-257, all series of 2026, Honorable Presiding Officer.
There is a motion for the amendment again to our order of business for the inclusion of committee reports number 18-255, 256, and 257, all series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Lepardo, seconded by Honorable Uy. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Madam Secretary, please take note.
Noted.
Honorable Presiding Officer,
Yes.
may I be allowed to continue?
Okay, you may proceed.
In relation to that committee reports that I have mentioned earlier, and as an offshoot thereof, there are proposed resolutions that I would so wish be included or to be included in our order of business. I am referring to proposed resolution number 17-394, 17-395, 17-396, 18-397, and 18-398, all series of 2026. Again, Honorable Presiding Officer, as an offshoot to that, there are 5 resolutions that I would like that the same be included in our order of business. Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Lepardo. There was again another motion for the amendment to our order of business for the inclusion of proposed resolutions as an offshoot of the additional committee reports that we have earlier included in the order of business. That's resolution numbers 18-394 to 18-398, all series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Lipardo, seconded by Honorable Uy, Honorable Jerome Dayanghirang. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Again, Madam Secretary, please take note. What is the next item?
Next is question R. This august body has no invitee to be accommodated under the question R. Next is first reading and referral to committees of proposed ordinances and proposed resolutions, none. Communications. First under communication is communication number 18-381-2026.
This is for the information of this august body.
Next is communication number 18-382-2026.
Referred to Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriation, and Ways and Means.
Next is communication number 18-383-2026.
This is referred to Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriation, and Ways and Means.
Next is communication number 18-384-2026.
Referred to Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriations, and Ways and Means.
Next is communication number 18-385-2026. 1. Municipal Ordinance number 21-07-2026.
This is referred to Committee on Women, Children, and Family.
2. Municipal Ordinance number 21-08-2026.
This is again referred to Committee on Women, Children, and Family.
3. Municipal Ordinance number 21-09-2026.
This is referred to Committee on Women, Children, and Family, and Committee on Social Services.
4. Municipal Ordinance number 21-10-2026.
This is again referred to Committee on Women, Children, and Family.
Next is communication number 18-386-2026.
This is for the information of this august body, particularly the Committee on Economic Enterprise, Trade, Industry, and Investment.
Next is communication number 18-387-2026.
This is referred to Committee on Dangerous or Illegal Drugs.
Next is communication number 18-388-2026.
This is referred to Committee on Good Government, Ethics, Accountabilities, and Human Rights.
Next is communication number 18-389-2026.
This is referred to Committee on Energy, Public Works and Highways, and Infrastructure Development.
Next is communication number 18-390-2026.
This is referred to Committee on Indigenous and Cultural Communities.
Next is communication number 18-391-2026.
This is referred to Committee on Local Government.
Next is communication number 18-392-2026.
Referred to Committee on Economic Enterprise, Trade, Industry, and Investment.
Next is communication number 18-393-2026.
Referred to Committee on Agriculture and Food.
Next is communication number 18-394-2026.
Referred to Committee on Dangerous or Illegal Drugs.
Next is communication number 18-395-2026.
This is referred to Committee on Housing, Rural and Urban Development.
Next is communication number 18-396-2026.
This is referred to Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriations, and Ways and Means.
Next is communication number 18-397-2026.
This is jointly referred to Committee on Agriculture and Food and Committee on Economic Enterprise, Trade, Industry, and Investment.
Next is communication number 18-398-2026. This is certified as urgent by the Honorable Governor.
This is referred to Committee on Agriculture and Food, and please take note the Vice Chair of the said committee, considering that this communication is certified urgent by the Honorable Governor. Who is the Vice Chair of the Committee on Agriculture and Food? Okay. So I believe the chairman of the Agriculture and Food has left instructions that if this can be taken up in the next regular session, I believe he has already conferred this with the governor, with the executive department. It's okay. Noted. Next item.
Next is communication number 18-399-2026. 1. Municipal Ordinance number 2026-01.
This is referred to Committee on Women, Children, and Family.
2. Municipal Ordinance number 2026-02.
This is referred to Committee on Youth and Sports Development.
Next is communication number 18-400-2026.
This is referred to Committee on Women and Children.
Next is communication number 18-401-2026.
This is referred to Committee on Finance, Budget, and Appropriation, and Ways and Means.
Next is communication number 18-402-2026.
This is referred to Committee on Rules, Privileges, Laws, Ordinances, and Legal Matters.
Next are petitions and memorials, none. Next is consideration of committee reports. First is committee report number 18-250-2026 by the Committee on Finance, Budget, and Appropriation, and Ways and Means.
This will be rendered by the Vice Chair of the Committee on Finance. Honorable Lepardo is recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. May I ask for a 1-minute recess, Honorable Presiding Officer?
There's no objection from the members. None noted. A few minutes recess is declared.
Honorable Presiding Officer, according to the staff of the Honorable Ravelo, it will be the Honorable Harold Montes who will render the committee report.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
So Honorable Montes is recognized to render committee report number 18-250-2026.
Thank you very much, Honorable Presiding Officer. Good afternoon to each and everyone. This is in behalf on the Committee on Finance, Budget, and Appropriation. I would be rendering committee report number 18-250-2026 with subject communication number 18-348-2026, items number 3 and 4. It is a letter from Ms. Edisa L. Sumampong, Acting Secretary of the Sangguniang Bayan of the Governor Generoso, Davao Oriental, dated March 19, 2026, submitting Municipal Ordinance number 3 and 4, series of 2026, among others. Action taken: the committee held a meeting on April 22, 2026 to act and deliberate the referred subject communication. Present during the meeting is the Chairman, the Honorable Rochi Ravelo, this representation as member, Honorable Daud Linsag as member, and Honorable Ana Sherel Castro as member. Honorable Presiding Officer, the Committee on Finance, Budget, and Appropriation has deliberated the above subject communication referred to the committee with the following. Number 1, Municipal Ordinance number 3, series of 2026, entitled An Ordinance Prescribing Fees and Charges for the Use of Light and Heavy Equipment of the new municipal gymnasium owned by the Municipality of Governor Generoso and setting the guidelines in the use, availability, and maintenance thereof. Number 2, Municipal Ordinance number 4, series of 2026, entitled An Ordinance Establishing the Governor Generoso Tourism Complex, defining the guidelines, regulation, and operations thereof, as well as providing the rental rates, fees, penalties, and other related purposes. Number 3, the subject ordinances were passed and approved by the Sangguniang Bayan on February 10, 2026, and were approved by the Municipal Mayor on March 17, 2026. Number 4, the Sangguniang Bayan conducted a public hearing on January 20, 2026 prior to the enactment of the foregoing municipal ordinances. And for the recommendation, Madam Chair, Um, Premises considered, therefore, the committee hereby favorably recommends to this august body for the passage of the resolution confirming the validity of Municipal Ordinance Number 3 and 4, all series of 2026 of the Municipality of Governor Generoso Davao Oriental, subject to sections 147, 153, and 130 of Republic Act 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, Madam Chair. Signed by the Chairman, Honorable Rabilo, and the rest of the members of the committee, Madam Chair. If there is no question, I would like to move for the adoption of this committee report, Madam Chair. Thank you.
There was a motion for the adoption of Committee Report number 18-250, Series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Montes, seconded by Honorable Lepardo, Honorable Uy, Honorable Palmahil, Honorable Montojo. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Committee Report number 18-250-2026 is hereby adopted by this Council. Next item.
Next is Committee Report number 18-251-2026 by the Committee on Social Services.
Honorable Montojo is recognized.
Good afternoon, Madam Presiding Officer. I have here a committee report by the Committee on Social Services with the subject, the item number 6 of the communication number 18-305-2026 pertains to the letter of Mr. Melvin B. Lubitafia, SB Secretary of the Municipality of San Isidro, Davao Oriental, transmitting Municipal Ordinance number 342-18-2025, entitled An Ordinance Institutionalizing and Establishing the Migrants Advisory and Information Network, otherwise known as MAIN, Desk in the Municipality of San Isidro, Davao Oriental. Madam Presiding Officer, I believe everyone has a copy of this said committee report, and I would like to forego the reading and subsequently move for the adoption of this said committee report.
There is a motion for the adoption of Committee Report number 18-251, Series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Montojo, seconded by Honorable Uy, Honorable Lepardo, and Honorable Montes, Honorable Macaira. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Committee Report number 18-251, Series of 2026 is hereby adopted by this Council. Next item. Before we proceed to the next item, for the record, present for today's regular session is Board Member Joson Dayanghirang. Next item, Madam Secretary.
Next is Committee Report number 18-252-2026 by the Committee on Local Government.
This will be rendered by the Chairman, Honorable Jerome Dayanghirang.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Maayong hapon sa tanan. I have here Committee Report number 18-252-2026 filed by the Committee on Local Government. This is regarding communication number 18-373-2026, a transmittal letter from Mr. Juvie Mabini, Secretary Sangguniang Panlalawigan, City of Mati, Davao Oriental, dated April 6, 2026, submitting City Ordinance number 666, Series of 2026, entitled An Ordinance Amending by Insertion, Deletion on Chapter 1, Qualification and Election, particularly on Section 22, Number 2, Disqualification, and Section 23, Disqualification, Number 7, Number 8, Section 24, Election and Term of Office, Paragraph 1, 3, and 12, Section 25, Election Contest, Section 26, Permanent Vacancy in the Office of the Purok President, Section 27, Temporary Vacancy in the Office of the Purok Leader, Section 28, Permanent Vacancy in the Purok Council, Chapter 3, Appointive of Officials, Section 29, Purok Secretary, Section 30, Purok Treasurer, and Section 32, Purok Council of City Ordinance number 425 Series of 2020, entitled an ordinance strengthening Purok organization in the city of Mati, Davao Oriental as partner in institutionalizing good governance at the grassroots level, providing support mechanism, and prescribing penalties in violation thereof. I believe all members were given copies of the said committee report, Madam Presiding Officer. I move to dispense the reading and subsequently move for its adoption. I so move, Madam Presiding Officer.
There was a motion for the adoption of Committee Report number 18-252, Series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Jerome Dayanghirang, seconded by Honorable Lepardo, Honorable Macaira, Honorable Montojo, all members present. Any objections, discussions, none noted. Motion is carried. Committee Report number 18-252-2026 is hereby adopted by this Council.
Next is Committee Report number 18-253-2026 by the Committee on Health and Sanitation.
Hello, Kalebe. Ilabas na lang daan niya.
Honorable Montojo
Pati
will
na.
be rendering the report. Honorable Montojo, you are recognized. Honorable Montojo, I think you're muted. We cannot hear you. Okay.
There you go. I'm sorry.
Recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Presiding Officer. I'm sorry about that. I have here Committee Report number 18-253-2026 by the Committee on Health and Sanitation with the subject Communication number 18-374-2026, a letter from the Honorable Governor Nelson L. Dayanghirang, Provincial Governor, requesting the passage of a resolution entitled "A Resolution Authorizing the Honorable Governor Nelson L. Dayanghirang to enter into and sign for and in behalf of the Province of Davao Oriental through the Davao Oriental Provincial Medical Center a memorandum of agreement with the City Government of Mati through the City Health Office for the establishment of a coordinated referral and pre-hospital emergency medical transport system." And I have another one here, another subject, which is Communication number 18-380-2026, a letter from the Honorable Nelson L. Dayanghirang, Provincial Governor, requesting the passage of a resolution entitled "A Resolution Authorizing the Honorable Governor Nelson L. Dayanghirang to enter into and sign for and in behalf of the Province of Davao Oriental through the Davao Oriental Provincial Medical Center, a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Health Center for Health Development for the implementation of the Integrated Hospital Operations and Management Information System Plus. Madam Presiding Officer, since we all have a copy of this said committee reports, may I move that I dispense the reading of this said committee reports and subsequently move for the adoption, Madam Presiding Officer.
There is a motion for the adoption of Committee Report number 18-253-2026 on motion of Honorable Montojo, seconded by Honorable Lepardo, Honorable Uy. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Committee Report number 18-253-2026 is hereby adopted by this Council.
Next is Committee Report number 18-254-2026 by the Committee on Labor, Employment, Civil Service, and Human Resource Development.
Honorable Montojo is recognized.
Montes.
Montes, sorry. Honorable Montes.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. I have here another committee report number 18-254-2026, filed by the Committee on Labor, Employment, and Civil Service and Human Resource Development, dated May 5, 2026, with subject communication number 18-352-2026. It is a letter from Ms. Romelda A. Marquez, SB Secretary of the Municipality of Katiil, Davao Oriental, dated March 24, 2026, forwarding Municipal Ordinance number 01-06-02-2026 for review and confirmation. Action taken: the committee held a meeting on April 16, 2026 at this representation's office to confirm matters pertaining to the above referred subject communication. Referred is this representation and as the chair and the rest of the members of the committee. Findings: communication number 18-352-2026 pertains to the Municipal Ordinance Number 01-16-02-2026 entitled Authorizing Honorable Aristotle A. Abilia, Municipal Vice Mayor, to enter into a contract for hiring of job order workers and contract of service workers in the Sangguniang Bayan. Number 2, the said municipal ordinance was enacted by the Sangguniang Bayan on February 16, 2026 and was approved by Municipal Mayor on March 23, 2026. The ordinance grants the Municipal Vice Mayor the power to enter into contracts on behalf of the Sangguniang Bayan, citing the necessity of such authority as established in Vicencio versus Villar, with GR number 18-2069, that is on July 3, 2012. This Supreme Court decision specifically involves a city vice mayor, and such authority was granted to him under a city ordinance. Number 4, under Section 3 of the ordinance, the Sangguniang Bayan misquoted a judicial text where it appeared the court was speaking about the municipal vice mayor. For the recommendation, Madam Chair, all premises considered, the committee hereby recommends to this august body for the passage of a resolution confirming the validity of Municipal Ordinance Number 01-16-02-2026 entitled Authorizing Honorable Aristotle A. Abilia, Municipal Vice Mayor, to enter into contract for the hiring of job order workers and contract of service workers in the Sangguniang Bayan, with the recommendation to take necessary correction amendments therefore relative to the misquoted citation of jurisprudence under Vicencio versus Villar with GR number 18-2069, July 3, 2012 as its legal basis. Madam Chair, I move for the adoption of this committee report number 18-254-2026.
There is a motion for the adoption of Committee Report Number 18-254-2026 on motion of Honorable Montes, seconded by Honorable Joson Dayang-Hirang, Honorable Montojo, Honorable Jerome Dayang-Hirang. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Committee Report Number 18-254-2026 is hereby adopted by this Council.
Next is Committee Report Number 18-255-2026 by the Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriations and Ways and Means, to be rendered by the Honorable Lipardo.
Honorable Lipardo is recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. In behalf of the Chairman of the Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriations and Ways and Means, I will be rendering Committee Report Number 18-255 Series of 2026. The subject communication is 18-296 Series of 2026, a letter from Mr. Val E. Amigo, Sangguniang Bayan Secretary of the Municipality of Governor Generoso, submitting appropriation ordinance numbers 3, 4, and 5, all series of 2025 of the calendar year 2026 General Fund Annual Budget and calendar year 2025 General Fund Supplemental Budget number 3, respectively. Honorable Presiding Officer, considering that a copy of this committee report was just given to the members of this august body today, then I would have to read the entire content of the said committee report, and I would ask that the members would bear with me in reading the findings as well as the recommendations, Honorable Presiding Officer. The committee report was, the committee meeting was held last May 4, 2026, where all of the members are present. The findings are: number 1, Appropriation Ordinance Number 3 Series of 2025 authorized the calendar year 2026 General Fund Annual Budget involving the appropriations of 420,843,000 pesos. The municipality in this budget has exceeded the allowable 45% personal services limitation by 13,862,366.32, as shown in the computations provided below. The computations are actual regular income next preceding year for fiscal year 2024 is 311,493,579.29. 45% thereof is 140,172,110.68. The total annual PS budget for calendar year 2026 is 161,255,157. Less the appropriations for the waived items, you will have 7,220,680. The net amount of the PS subject limitation is 154,034,477, or in excess of 13,862,366.32. On letter B, there is a fund appropriations intended for representation and transportation allowance or DARATA in the Office of the Municipal Information Officer in the total amount of 129,600 for the position not entitled to receive as an executive assistant pursuant to Section 4.0 of DBM LBC number 157 dated May 3, 2024. Letter C, there is an inconsistency in the amount of the proposed salary rate reflected in the LBP form number 3 as compared to the prescribed salary schedule adopted under Annex A-1 of DBM LBC number 165 dated July 18, 2025 as shown in this summary provided below. Letter D, the social worker officer 1, salary grade 11 position, title under the MSWDO personnel schedule do not match with those in the local budget circular number 137, Re-Index of Occupational Services, position titles and salary grades in local government units, IOS-LGU. There are PPAs, letter E. There are PPAs in the Annual Investment Program or AIP with no AIP reference code. These codes are vital to ensure the planned budget linkage, Section 305, letter I of Republic Act 7160. The code assigned to each PPA facilitates the validation whether the PPAs prioritized and funded in this budget are the same PPAs listed in the Annual Investment Program. Number 2, Appropriation Ordinance Number 4, Series of 2025, authorized the calendar year 2026 annual budget for economic enterprise involving the appropriation of 46,955,343. And finally, number 3, Appropriation Ordinance Number 5, Series of 2025, authorized the calendar year 2025 General Fund Supplemental Budget Number 3 involving the appropriation 7,758,000. Recommendation, accordingly, this Honorable Committee hereby adopts the findings and recommendations of the Local Finance Committee as a result of the review action through review letters dated April 21 and April 22 of 2026 pursuant to Section 316F of Republic Act 7160. Therefore, this Honorable Committee recommends to this august body that Appropriation Ordinance Number 3, Series of 2025 be declared inoperative in part, and that Appropriation Ordinance Number 4, Series of 2025, and Number 5, Series of 2025 be declared operative, subject to the posting requirements of Section 59 of Republic Act 7160 and other conditions. It is understood that this review action does not authorize any item of appropriation that is specifically prohibited by or inconsistent with the provisions of law. Compliance with all existing laws, rules, and regulations shall be the responsibility of the implementing local government unit. With that, Honorable Presiding Officer, I now move for the acceptance of Committee Report Number 18-255, Series of 2026. I do so move.
Okay, there is a motion for the acceptance of Committee Report Number 18-255, Series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Lepardo, seconded by Honorable Uy, Honorable Montojo, Honorable Jerome Dayanghirang. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Committee Report Number 18-255-2026 is hereby adopted by this Council.
Next is Committee Report Number 18-256-2026, by the Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriations and Ways and Means to be rendered still by the Honorable Lipardo.
You may proceed, Honorable Lipardo.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. In behalf of our chairman on the Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriation and Ways and Means, the Honorable Ruche M. Ravelo, I have with me Committee Report number 18-256, Series of 2026, the Subject Communication number 18-321, Series of 2026, Appropriation Ordinance number 18-18, 2025, Calendar Year 2025, General Fund Supplemental Budget number 6 of the Municipality of San Isidro, Davao Oriental. The committee meeting was held last May 4, 2026, where all members of the committee were present. The findings are as follows. Number 1, Appropriation Ordinance number 8-18-2025 authorized the calendar year 2025 General Fund Supplemental Budget number 6 involving the appropriation of 10,074,000. Number 2, the foregoing is found to be substantially compliant and in accordance with the budgetary requirement and relevant provisions of the Local Government Code of 1991. Recommendation. Accordingly, this Honorable Committee hereby adopts the findings and recommendation of the Local Finance Committee as a result of the review actions through its review letters dated April 21, 2026 pursuant to Section 316F of Republic Act 7160. Therefore, this Honorable Committee recommends to this august body that the Appropriation Ordinance number 8-18-2025 of the Municipality of San Isidro, Davao Oriental be declared operative subject to posting requirements of Section 59 of Republic Act 7160 and other conditions. It is understood that this review action does not authorize any item of appropriation that is specifically prohibited by or inconsistent with the provision of law. Compliance with all existing rules and regulations shall be responsibility of the implementing local government unit. With that, Honorable Presiding Officer, I now move for the acceptance of Committee Report number 18-256, Series of 2026. I do so move.
There is a motion for the acceptance of Committee Report number 18-256-2026 on motion of Honorable Lipardo, seconded by Honorable Jerome Dayanghirang, Honorable Montojo, Honorable Macaira, Honorable Uy, and Honorable Montes. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Committee Report number 18-256-2026 is hereby adopted by this Council.
Next is Committee Report number 18-257-2026 by the Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriations to be rendered once again by the Honorable Lipardo.
You may proceed, Honorable Lipardo.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. In behalf of our Chair on the Committee on Finance, Budget and Appropriation, the Honorable Ruche M. Ravelo, I have with me Committee Report number 18-257, Series of 2026, in relation to Communication number 18-377, Series of 2026, a letter from Mr. Melvin B. Lubitania, Secretary of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan of San Isidro, Davao Oriental, dated April 13, 2026, submitting Municipal Ordinance number 346-18-2026. The committee meeting was held last May 4, 2026, attended by all members of the committee on the said committee. The findings, Honorable Presiding Officer, are as follows. Number 1, Municipal Ordinance number 348-18-2026, entitled An Ordinance Adopting Paling QRPH Program in the Municipality of San Isidro, Davao Oriental. Number 2, the subject ordinance was enacted by the Sangguniang Panlalawigan on April 1, 2026 and was approved by the Municipal Mayor on April 7, 2026. Number 3, the said ordinance aims to implement digital payment through quick response QR code in all public market vendors, public transport vehicles, and other business establishments outside the public market within the municipality. And finally, number 4, the same is found to be consistent with the relevant and applicable provisions of the Department of Interior and Local Government and Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas Joint Memorandum Circular number 1, Series of 2022, dated June 22, 2022, promoting digital payments among market vendors, sari-sari store owners, tricycle drivers, consumers, and commuters. Finally, on the recommendation, Section 468, letter A, 1, letter I of Republic Act 7160, that the Sangguniang Panlalawigan shall have power to review all ordinances approved by the Sanggunian of component cities and municipalities, among other things, to determine whether these are within the scope of the prescribed powers of the Sanggunian. Second paragraph, all premises considered, therefore, this committee favorably recommends to the august body for the passage of a resolution confirming the validity of Municipal Ordinance Number 346-18-2026 of the Municipality of San Isidro, Davao Oriental, considering that the same is within the prescribed powers of the Sangguniang Bayan pursuant to Section 447 of the Local Government Code of 1991, and in accordance with the Department of Interior, Local Government, and BSP Joint Memorandum Circular Number 1 Series of 2022, dated June 22, 2022. With that, Honorable Presiding Officer, I now move for the acceptance of Committee Report Number 18-257, Series of 2026. I do so move.
There is a motion for the acceptance of Committee Report number 18-257-2026 on motion of Honorable Lipardo, seconded by Honorable Montojo, Honorable Montes, Honorable Joson Dayang-Hirang, and Honorable Uy. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Committee Report number 18-257-2026 is hereby adopted by this Council.
Next item is calendar business. First, under calendar business is unfinished business, none. Next is business for the day. First, under business for the day are two proposed resolutions. These are proposed resolution numbers 18-387-2026 and 18-388-2026, both authored by the Honorable Luce M. Ravelo and to be sponsored by the Honorable Montes.
Honorable Montes is recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. I have here proposed resolution number 18-387-2026, authored by the Honorable Ruchi M. Barabilo and sponsored by this representation. A resolution confirming the validity of Municipal Ordinance number 3, Series of 2026 of the Municipality of Governor Generoso, Davao Oriental, entitled An Ordinance Prescribing Fees and Charges for the Use of Light and Heavy Equipment and the new municipal gymnasium owned by the Municipality of Governor Generoso, and setting the guidelines in the use, availability, and maintenance thereof, subject to sections 147, 153, and 130 of Republic Act 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, and other laws and regulations pertinent thereto, and another proposed resolution number 18-388-2026, a resolution confirming the validity of Municipal Ordinance number 4, Series of 2026 of the Municipality of Governor Generoso, Davao Oriental, entitled An Ordinance Establishing the Governor Generoso Tourism Complex, defining the guidelines, regulation, operations thereof, as well as providing the rental fees, rates, penalties, and other related purpose, subject to sections 147, 153, and 130 of Republic Act 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, and other laws and regulations pertinent thereto. Madam Chair, I would like to move for these two proposed resolutions under omnibus motion.
There was a motion for the passage, omnibus passage of proposed resolutions number 18-387 and 388, both series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Montes, seconded by Honorable Uy, Honorable Jerome Dayang-Hirang, and Honorable Montojo. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Said resolutions are hereby approved by this Council. Next item.
Next is proposed resolution number 18-389-2026, authored and sponsored by the Honorable John Erwin J. Montojo.
Honorable Montojo is recognized.
Good afternoon again, Madam Presiding Officer. I have here proposed resolution number 18-389-2026, a resolution confirming the validity of Municipal Ordinance Number 342-18-2025, entitled An Ordinance Institutionalizing and Establishing the Migrants Advisory and Information Network Desk in the Municipality of San Isidro, Davao Oriental, considering that the same is within the prescribed powers of the Sangguniang Bayan pursuant to Article 3, Section 447A1 of Republic Act 7160. I move for the approval of this said resolution, Madam Presiding Officer.
There is a motion for the passage of resolution number 18-389, series of 2026, on motion of Honorable John Erwin Montojo, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Resolution number 18-389, series of 2026 is hereby approved by this council.
Next is proposed resolution number 18-390-2026, authored and sponsored by the Honorable Jerome C. Dayang-Hirang.
Honorable Jerome Dayang-Hirang is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Product of Committee Report number 18-252-2026. I have here proposed resolution number 18-390-2026. A resolution confirming the validity of City Ordinance number 666 series of 2026 of the Sangguniang Panlungsod of the City of Mati, entitled An Ordinance Amending by Insertion, Deletion on Chapter 1, Qualification and Election, particularly on Section 22, Number 2, Qualification, and Section 23, Disqualification, Number 7, 8, Section 24, Election and Term of Office, Paragraph 1, 3, and 12, Section 25, Election Contest, Section 26, Permanent Vacancy in the Office of the Purok President, Section 27, Temporary Vacancy in the Office of the Purok Leader, Section 28, Permanent Vacancy in the Purok Council, Chapter 3, Appointed Officials, Section 29, Purok Secretary, Section 30, Purok Treasurer, and Section 32, Purok Council of City Ordinance Number 425, Series of 2020, entitled An Ordinance Strengthening Purok Organization in the City of Mati, Davao Oriental as Partner in Institutionalizing Good Governance at the Grassroots Level, providing support mechanism and prescribing penalties in violation thereof, considering that the same is within the prescribed powers of the Sangguniang Panlungsod pursuant to Section 458A1 of Republic Act 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991. I so move, Madam Presiding Officer.
There is a motion for the passage of resolution number 18-390, series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Jerome Dayang-Hirang, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Resolution number 18-390, series of 2026 is hereby approved by this council.
Next are two proposed resolutions. These are proposed resolution numbers 18-391-2026 and 18-392-2026, both authored and sponsored by the Honorable John Erwin G. Montojo.
Honorable Montojo is recognized.
Good afternoon again, Madam Presiding Officer. I have here a proposed resolution number 18-391-2026, a resolution authorizing the Honorable Governor Nelson L. Dayang-Hirang to enter into and sign for in behalf of the province of Davao Oriental through the Davao Oriental Provincial Medical Center, a memorandum of agreement with the city government of Mati through the City Health Office, represented by its mayor, the Honorable Joel Mayo Z. Almario, for the Medical Center, a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Health Center for Health Development, represented by its officer in charge, Regional Director Elenita HMV N. Gamolo, MD, MPH, CESO, for for the implementation of the Integrated Hospital Operations and Management Information System Plus. Madam Presiding Officer, I move for the approval of these two proposed resolutions. Madam Presiding Officer.
There was a motion for the passage of resolutions number 18-391 and 18-392, both series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Montojo, seconded by all members present. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Said resolutions are hereby approved by this council.
Next is proposed resolution number 18-393-2026, authored and sponsored by the Honorable Harold A. Montes.
Honorable Montes is recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. I have here proposed resolution number 393-2026, a resolution confirming the validity of Municipal Ordinance number 01-16-02-2026 of the Municipality of Katiil, Davao Oriental, entitled Authorizing Honorable Aristotle A. Avilla, Municipal Vice Mayor, to enter into contract for the hiring of job order workers and contract of service workers in the Sangguniang Bayan, with a recommendation to take necessary corrections, amendments therefore relative to the misquoted citation of jurisprudence under Vivencio S. versus Villar, with GR number 18-2069, dated July 3, 2012, as its legal basis. Madam Chair, move for the approval of this proposed resolution number 18-393-2026.
There was a motion for the passage of resolution number 18-393, series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Montes, seconded by all members present. Any objections? Discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Said resolution number 18-393, series of 2026, is hereby approved by this council. Next item.
Next are 5 proposed resolutions. These are proposed resolution number 17-394-2026, 17-395, 396, 397, and 398, all authored by the Honorable Ruchi M. Ravelo and to be sponsored by the Honorable Lipardo.
Honorable Lipardo is recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. This is proposed resolution number 17 1 minute recess, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Okay, if there's objection, 1 minute recess is declared.
Thank you,
You may
Honorable
proceed.
Presiding Officer.
Okay.
This is proposed resolution number 18-394, series of 2026. Again, Honorable Presiding Officer, on these proposed 5 resolutions, I would beg the indulgence of the members of this august body as I have to read them, considering that copies are only given today to the members of this august body. Now, proposed resolution number 18-394, series of 2026, is a resolution declaring the appropriation ordinance number 3, series of 2025 of the Municipality of Governor Generoso, Davao Oriental, inoperative in part. Whereas, appropriation ordinance number 3, series of 2025 of the Municipality of Governor Generoso, Davao Oriental, authorizing its calendar year 2026 general fund annual budget involving an appropriation of 420,008,843 pesos was submitted to the Sangguniang for review on February 11, 2026 pursuant to the provisions of Republic Act 7160. Whereas, the subject appropriation ordinance shows substantial compliance with the budgetary requirements and general limitations as well as the other provisions of the law, except for the following item of appropriation which is hereby disallowed in the total amount of 13,862,366.32 centavos. There is an excess of appropriation for 45% personal service, which is not in accordance with the general limitations under Section 325A of the Local Government Code of the General Provisions of the General Appropriations Act of 2026. The computation for PS limitations are all stated in the said proposed resolution. Now, therefore, in motion of the Honorable on my motion on this, Honorable Presiding Officer, resolve as it is hereby resolved to declare Appropriation Ordinance Number 3, Series of 2025 of the Municipality of Governor Generoso, Davao Oriental, inoperative, effective date of today, subject to the posting requirements under Section 59 of Republic Act 7160, and the subject of the following conditions. Number 1, adopt measures by way of prioritizing implementation of other compensation or refrain from filling up of vacant funded positions unless mandatory one in order to reduce the aforesaid excess in personal service limitation in the amount equivalent to that which is within the exact 45% limitation pursuant to Section 325A of the Local Government Code and the General Provisions of the General Appropriations Act of 2026. Number 2, payment of representation and transportation allowance for the possession of Executive Assistant 4, salary grade 22 in the Office of the Municipal Information Officer in the total of 129,600 shall be disallowed. The said possession is not among the listed possessions entitled to receive representation allowance and transportation allowance pursuant to Section 4.0 of DBM LBC number 157 dated May 3, 2024. Undertake the necessary corrective measures consistent with the authorized appropriations and applicable budgeting rules, particularly in this case, the provision of provided in DBM LBC 157 dated May 3, 2024. Number 3, the LGU should strictly follow the prescribed salary rate schedule provided in DBM LBC number 165 dated July 18, 2025 and undertake the necessary corrective measures consistent with the authorized appropriations and applicable budgeting rules for the possession of Dentist 3, salary grade 20, step 2. Number 4, the LGU shall identify possessions within the IOS LGU that have similar titles, salary, grades, duties, and responsibilities, and considering retitling the concerned possession according to, for example, from Social Welfare Officer 1, SG11 to Social Officer 1, SG11, consistent with IOS LGU standards. Finally, number 5, proper and accurate filling out of entries between the AIP and appropriation ordinance prescribed in the template issued by the Department of Budget and Management is advised to maintain compliance, consistency, and ease of validation. Likewise, budget preparation forms used in preparing annual budget appropriation ordinance must strictly align with the prescribed template under Budget Operations Manual of 2023. Adherence to the instructions indicated at the lower portion of the template is required. Also, indicate the appropriate account code as prescribed on the revised chart of accounts for LGUs pursuant to COA Circular Number 2015-009 dated December 1, 2015. Resolve further to inform the Municipality of Governor Generoso, Davao Oriental that this review action does not authorize any item of appropriation that is specifically prohibited by or inconsistent with the provisions of law. Compliance with all existing laws, rules, and regulations shall be the responsibility of the implementing local government unit. Resolve finally to send copy of this resolution to the Sangguniang Bayan of Governor Generoso, Davao Oriental, to the municipal mayor. With that, Honorable Presiding Officer, I move for the passage of this proposed resolution number 18-394, series of 2026. I do so move.
There is a motion for the passage of Resolution number 18-394, series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Lepardo, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Resolution number 18-394, series of 2026 is hereby approved by this Council.
Honorable Presiding Officer, may I be allowed to continue?
Yes, you may proceed.
Thank you. This is proposed resolution number 18-395, series of 2026, entitled "A Resolution Declaring the Appropriation Ordinance number 4, series of 2025 of the Municipality of Governor Generoso Davao Oriental operative in its entirety, subject to some conditions." Honorable Presiding Officer, considering that the whereases provided herein are all self-explanatory, as we have already declared the same as operative, I would now request that I forego the reading of the necessary whereases and move for the passage of resolution number 18-395, series of 2026.
There is a motion for the passage of Resolution number 18-395, series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Lepardo, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Resolution number 18-395, series of 2026, is hereby approved by this Council.
May I be allowed to continue, Honorable Presiding
Yes,
Officer?
you may proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. This is proposed resolution number 18-396, series of 2026, entitled "A Resolution Declaring Appropriation Ordinance number 5, series of 2025 of the Municipality of Governor Generoso Davao Oriental, operative in its entirety, subject to some conditions." Honorable Presiding Officer, I have the same manifestation that the whereases provided in this proposed resolution are all self-explanatory, as we have already declared the same as operative, and would now forego reading the same and move for the passage of the said proposed resolution 18-396, series of 2026. I do so move.
Okay, there is a motion for the passage of Resolution number 18-396, series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Lepardo, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Resolution number 18-396, series of 2026, is hereby approved by this Council.
Honorable Presiding Officer, finally, may I be allowed by way of an omnibus motion two proposed resolutions, that is number 18-397 and 18-398, all series of 2026. May I proceed, Honorable Presiding
Yes,
Officer?
you may proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. This is proposed resolution number 18-397, series of 2026, entitled "A Resolution Declaring Appropriation Ordinance number 08-18, series of 2025 of the Municipality of San Isidro, Davao Oriental, operative in its entirety, subject to some conditions." And proposed resolution number 18-398, series of 2026, entitled "A Resolution Confirming the Validity of Municipal Ordinance number 346-18, series of 2026 of the Municipality of San Isidro, Davao Oriental, entitled "An Ordinance Adopting Paleng QRPH Program in the Municipality of San Isidro, Davao Oriental, considering that the same is within the prescribed powers of the Sangguniang Bayan pursuant to Section 447 of the Local Government Code of 1991 and in accordance with the Department of Interior and Local Government and BSP Joint Memorandum Circular number 1, series of 2022, dated June 22, 2022. Honorable Presiding Officer, both proposed resolutions, as we have declared the same as operative and valid, the whereases provided in the said proposed resolution are all self-explanatory, and this representation would forego reading the same and would move by way of an omnibus motion for the passage of proposed resolution number 18-397, series of 2026, and number 18, proposed resolution number 18-398, series of 2026. I do so move, Honorable Presiding Officer.
There was an omnibus motion for the passage of resolutions number 18-397 and 18-398, both series of 2026, on motion of Honorable Lepardo, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Motion is carried. Said resolutions are hereby approved by this council. Next item.
Next item is unassigned business, none. Next is proposed ordinances for third and final reading, none. Next is consideration of other matters.
We are now under other matters. Do we have any announcements? Other manifestations? None? Yes, Honorable Lepardo is recognized,
Presiding
after
Officer.
which Honorable
Am I
Manay,
recognized, Madam?
Honorable Manaytay, okay. Honorable
Yes,
Manaytay is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. This is to inform the members of the Committee on Indigenous People and Indigenous Cultural Committee that we shall be having a committee meeting tomorrow at 1 o'clock at the conference room to treat the municipal ordinance number 31 of 2026, an ordinance requesting mandatory presentation or the certification of precondition or CP issued by the National Commission on Indigenous People in CIP prior to the posting of approval of the issuance of any local government permit, licenses, clearance, or endorsement for the project within and overlapping agricultural domain of the municipality of Tarwa. This is a municipal ordinance number 21, series of 2026. Madam Presiding Officer.
Okay, please take note, Committee on Indigenous People. There will be a meeting tomorrow. Tomorrow? Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes,
please take note.
Mr. Presiding Officer.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Manaytay. Yes, Honorable Lepardo, you were raising your hand earlier. You now have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. I would also like to request the members of the Committee on Rules and Laws to stay after the meeting after the session, as we will be having our committee meeting.
Okay, would that be all?
One more thing, Honorable Presiding Officer. The Honorable Daud Linsag called me up this morning, and this is in line with our supposed monthly gathering together with our governor. The initial date given would be next week. That would be after the session, and we will just announce in our we will just communicate with the rest of the members, Honorable Presiding Officer, as to where the venue would be. But definitely, the Honorable Linsag has already had already a personal conversation with the governor, and the same will be had after the session of next week. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the information. Please take note also, Committee on Rules and Privilege, there will be a meeting after this regular session. So any other members who would like to make announcements or manifestation? We are still under other matters. None. So we will now proceed to the next item. Madam Secretary.
Next is adjournment.
Yes, Honorable Lepardo is recognized.
I move to adjourn.
There is a motion for the adjournment of this regular session until next Wednesday on motion of Honorable Lepardo, seconded by all members present. Any objections, discussions? None noted. Motion is carried. Session is hereby adjourned.